All right, well, we're ready to go here. My name's Doug Svensson. My brother's Greg Svensson. He is not able to be with us tonight, and I'm very excited to have this presentation, this webinar with Jill Banner. She's from iPlan. And for those of you that have been with us before, some of you may have seen our presentations or not. I'm going to go through it rather quickly. For those of you that have seen it before, and those that you haven't seen it, you'll know a little bit more about notes, and that's the whole reason for our webinar tonight, is to let people know how they can work in their self-directed IRA with notes. Who are we? We're Viking Capital Investment, and we are a mortgage note investment firm, and we focus on purchasing non-performing first lien notes all across the United States. We've been buying distressed assets since 2001. And for many years, we have been doing rehabs and rentals. We buy notes from banks and hedge funds at major discounts. And our goal is to help mortgage holders stay in their homes. That's our #1 goal. And VCI works with investors throughout the United States. And we try to help those investors get a better rate of return on their investment money. Our goal, again, is to help investors realize that they can be the bank and not have to deal with toilets and tenants. Basically, rehabbing a house and going through all the things you have to do with finding a good tenant and like that. We educate our investors on a better way of investing, and we are sharing deals we have done and are currently working on at this time. We're partnering with investors and showing them a greater return with their IRAs and 401k plans. What is a performing note? Just to let you know, when you buy a house, it's usually purchased with a bank note. You sign a promissory note with the bank, and monthly payments are made consisting of principal and interest. And the loans are usually anywhere from 15 to 30 years. They can be 15, 20, 30 years normally on the term. And payments are made till the end of the term, and that is basically a performing note. What is a non-performing note? And this is our bread and butter. When a homeowner fails to pay the mortgage for 90 days, it becomes a non-performing note, and that's usually the lingo is NPN. And when the non-performing note is not performing, it's considered a default as in his non-accrual state. After 120 days, the bank will typically have to, by law, make a move to liquidate the non-performing note or foreclose on it. And that's a non-performing note. And I'm very glad to bring in Jill Banner. She's from iPlan Group. And that is the start of our presentation, to give you a little bit about us and what we do as far as performing and non-performing notes. And I welcome Jill Banner, and thanks for coming on, Jill. Really appreciate it.
No problem. Thanks, Doug. What iPlan Group is, we're a self-directed IRA administrator, so we're going to help you use your IRA funds or your 401k funds to purchase these non-performing notes. It allows you to buy notes for pennies on the dollar, and then as you turn them around to be performing notes or redeploy the asset, you take the gains and you put them inside of your IRA, and those gains then are tax deferred or tax free depending on what type of account that you have. So if you do this inside of a Roth IRA and say you make $20,000 on basis.
Jill, you broke up there. You kind of froze up there again a little bit. So right. That was about 3 seconds ago.
So if you do these notes inside of your IRA, you're going to be able to grow this wealth on a tax-deferred or tax-free basis. So it's a really great way to diversify your portfolio versus a stock bond or a mutual fund. What makes us different? iPlan Group, you have several options out there when it comes to custodians or administrators. We were created by investors for investors, so we understand the sense of urgency when it comes to purchasing a note. We understand that when there's a good note out there, there's a lot of other investors competing for the business, and that you need to perform maybe possibly same day or at least within 24 hours. So we can execute deals on behalf of your IRA very quickly. We certainly understand the urgency. My best deals as an investor are things that I've purchased the same day that I found out about them. So we certainly can, speed is one of our big things that we help investors with. We can walk you through the process. If you're not familiar with the paperwork or how to fill out paper, there's paperwork for everything. An IRA is basically a trust, and we act as the trustee. So there's papers to purchase an asset, to dispose of an asset, to open an account, to close an account, to transfer money in and out. There's paperwork for everything. So we'll walk you through the entire process. And
Lost Jill there for a second.
there's no hidden fees. We don't nickel and dime you with receiving payments or sending out payments. It's a flat annual fee. The only thing we charge for are overnights or wire fees. So it's very streamlined. We can move quickly. We'll help you with any paperwork, and we have a streamlined fee schedule. All of this is on our website as well.
One of the things that Viking Capital Investments was very interested in working with iPlan Group was just the exact thing that Jill just said a few minutes ago, is that if you have an IRA and you're not with iPlan, sometimes you're waiting a week or two before you can get the deal done, and sometimes that just won't work. So being able to get something done quickly is very important, and we're happy that iPlan can do that very quickly.
A lot of people have unique situations. Maybe they have a 403B or a 401K, or maybe an old IRA somewhere, or maybe they've left their job 2 years ago, or maybe they're currently employed and they need to take an in-service distribution, or perhaps maybe even an in-service rollover. Everybody's situation is a little bit different, and so we'll sit down and talk to them. We'll have what we call a strategy session. You can.
We lost you. We lost you there for a second. So we lost you when you were talking about one-on-one, and we lost her again. She must have a bit of a connection problem there. So we'll just wait. Are you there?
I am here. Can you hear me?
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
We lost you at the part of the one-on-one.
Sure, we're happy to spend as much time as anyone needs one-on-one. Just call our office, or you can sign up for a strategy session online. Feel free to call our office, though. We're always going to answer the phone live. You won't get a call center or sign up for a strategy session.
Great information.
When you get started with an account, what you would do is open an account just like you would with a Fidelity or an Ameritrade. You would fund your account with either a new contribution or a rollover from 401k, maybe a job that you've left. You would start investing in what you know. You would find a non-performing note, perhaps a performing note. You would invest in it, and then you would start receiving your monthly payments. We would receive those into your IRA. We would let you know anytime money goes in or out of your account. You would have online access to your statement, and then you just start compounding.
She's got a bad connection tonight.
iPlan. We'll walk you through everything.
We lost you again. So if you could start off with, I think it was the application transfer and all that.
Sure, we'll help you with everything. You basically will open an account, transfer your funds over, identify your investment. We'll fund the investment on behalf of your IRA. We'll keep track of everything. We'll receive the funds. We'll custody the asset. We'll keep the promissory note, mortgage deed. We'll keep all the paperwork. We'll receive the monthly payments. We'll let you know anytime money comes in. We'll send you an email. You'll have online access. We'll keep you updated on everything that happens inside of your account. You can always call. You'll have online access. We'll help you with anything you need.
So how long does it take to set up the account? Is it like 24 hours? Is it immediate?
We can do it almost immediately. The thing that sometimes takes a while is when you're rolling over funds from another custodian. Sometimes the other custodian can take a little while, up to 3 weeks, sometimes even longer. So opening the account is fast. Funding the account, sometimes depending on the other custodian, can take a while.
Okay, so it depends on the other guys, not you.
Correct. Yes. You can call us, you can come on our website, you'll get a live person. Anyone that answers the phone can assist you. You'll get to know my staff. You know, we're a smaller group, we're very boutique, so you'll get to know us, we'll get to know you, and we'll help you the whole way. You will never get a call center. You may get voicemail, but we will call you back within 24 hours. Usually it's same day. You'll even get emails in the evening sometimes, especially if you email me. And you all have access to I'll give you my cell phone too if you want.
And you guys are out of Ohio?
Yes, we're out of Cleveland, Ohio, correct.
Okay, Jill, I'm going to see if I can open up for some questions here.
Okay, great.
So if anybody's got any questions, let me know. I'm going to pop that on here right now. Somebody asked about the transfer, so we went through that.
While we're waiting on questions too, we do have a couple different types of accounts. We have obviously the IRA and the traditional IRA and the Roth. We also have a Coverdell education account. Now my kids have these. These are for their college funds basically. And we also have a health savings account. And you can use those type of accounts to buy performing and non-performing notes as well.
What would be the best one to start off with to get into notes? What would be the best what would be best to start out with, I guess he's asking.
I think if someone's going to start off with a non-performing note and they're going to have larger returns, if they're buying notes for huge discounts, a Roth IRA for sure, because you're gonna be able to grow your wealth on a significant basis. I do my high risk, my higher return assets inside of my Roth IRA, and my traditional 12, 15, 18% returns in my traditional IRA. But Roth, I try to put all my higher returns inside of my Roth IRA.
Gotcha. Waiting to see if we have something else here.
There's one other thing we can touch on. Let's say that my son was purchasing a home and I wanted to give him a loan from my IRA. Because he's my linear descendant, he would be a prohibited party. So a linear ascendant or descendant. So I can't loan to my parents and I can't loan to my son. I can't buy my son's note or my parents' note. So that would be a prohibited party. I can't loan to a spouse. So I can loan to my brother, my sister, my uncle, my cousin, but not a linear ascendant or descendant. So that's one thing to notice.
How long does it take to fund once you get the paperwork? Is the question.
Paperwork in order and we receive it before noon, we'll fund the same day.
Can you do that again? You froze up for a second, Joe.
If we have all the paperwork in order by noon, we'll fund it that day, same day.
Okay. So you can't fund to immediate family members. Can you fund or help out a cousin or anything?
Cousins, uncles, sister, brother, just not son or parents or children or parents.
Okay. That's really, really important for everybody to know too. And that's actually is the old one I had in there.
No, that's fine. That's our phone number, website, info. You can reach out to us as well.
Really, really good. So if there's any other questions, that is Jill's information as well, and that's where they're out of in Ohio. And this is my information here at the end. And you can find us on YouTube, and you can see me at Doug If I Can Capital Investments, LLC.com. That's our 800 number. And you connect with us on LinkedIn and Facebook. And we also have the Illinois Non-Performing Node Meetup group as well. And like I said, we have a bunch of stuff on YouTube if you're interested in going back and just look us up on YouTube with Viking Capital Investments, and you should be able to find us easily. And we go through some of the notes and non-performing and performing notes, some of the deals we've done, some of the rehabs we've done, and how we take it to either trying to keep the people in the property or getting a deed in lieu, or basically taking it to foreclosure. So again, I really like to say thanks for Jill to taking this time out of her busy schedule with us tonight. And anything that you thought about, Jill, that you wanted to throw in there as well that we may have missed?
We can do all states, so no matter where the property is or where the person is, we can handle all across the U.S.
Very good. Let me see if we have anything else. A couple of questions. I think that's it for now, but everybody, thanks for joining us. If you do have any questions for me or Jill, you have Jill's contact information, you have her email, you got my email, and we're all looking forward to working with some of you. So Jill, once again, thank you, and everybody have a good night.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thanks again, Jill.